Hey everybody, movie review next door here, and I'm very excited to tell y'all about this film. Really touched me, really made me cry, and I don't get to talk about that much since I'm mostly an action person, or action thrillers, horror. But yeah, today I watched a film that people have hated on, some people have liked it. It's a very divisive one apparently, and that would be The Book of Henry from 2017. Now, why did I all of a sudden choose to watch it now? My mom was watching it on Netflix. I realized, oh yeah, I do have it in my library, and I was very I wanted to see it sometime. Just didn't. I have to be in a certain mood for dramas, and I guess I was in the right mood today because I have been a bit down, and it was uplifting in ways. But yeah, this film is from 2017. It stars uh, Naomi Watts, Jada Martell at that time. He was Jaden Lieberer, Jacob Tremblay, Sarah Silverman, Maddie Ziegler, Lee Pace, and Dean Norris. Now, this is a film about a family where the older son, who is 11, basically handles a lot of things. He handles the money. He's a very smart kid, a bit precocious, but not so precocious that he's annoying. The mom kind of acts like a kid at times. She's very dependent on him. And at a certain point, he gets sick, and then the mom has basically there's a neighbor next door that has a very dark secret, and basically Henry has this book and all of these plans made out in order to save the daughter of the man next door. And basically Henry's dying wish is that his mom will carry through with his plans and keep his brother, played by Jacob Tremblay, out of it. So yeah, what I think of the film, I fucking loved it. I loved it. I think this is easily one of the better films of the past few years. And I know I haven't seen like a ton of films from the past few years. Well, no. I've been watching a lot of more recent movies actually, so I'd say I'm fine with saying that. Like, I just really don't understand why so many critics hated it. So many people in Letterboxd. Yeah, it has a 2.5 out of 5, which is normal on Letterboxd, but I'm confused why more didn't like it. The director of this is Colin Trevorrow. Before he did a film called Safety Not Guaranteed. Right before making The Book of Henry, he did Jurassic World, and then he went back and did Book of Henry with some of the same crew. He's directed all 3 Jurassic World films. So, no wait. No, he did, he did Jurassic World 1 and 3. I don't know who did 2 then. But yeah, very, J.A. Bayona. Oh, okay. Well then. But yeah, he's a director. He's trying to do more original films. I don't know why he did Jurassic World then. I guess if you have the chance, go ahead and do it. I just hope he goes back to doing this type of film because I fucking loved it. I thought performances were pretty much all great. The story goes in very interesting directions. Even though it is PG-13, it does not pull any punches. It emotionally, psychologically, it's very complex, and in a good way, where it's not like it's trying to be artsy fartsy. It's still trying to be an entertaining movie, and it is a very entertaining and engrossing movie. I never got bored for a second. But yeah, let me go through the actors and how they did. Naomi Watts as Susan Carpenter. She's the mother character. She's fantastic in this. this is an Oscar-worthy performance. The types of emotions she has to go through, um, are she's a very engrossing actress that I wish more people would give. I wish more people would give her attention. Like just some great performances of hers right off the bat. Uh, The Ring. There was The Desperate Hour. She was great in that. Um, what was the other one? I think I saw 21 Grams. I can't remember. But yeah, she's a great actress. I hope that she gets to do many more films. But yeah, she's fantastic in this. She, again, nails an American accent. And yeah. Jaden Martell as Henry. At the time, he was Jaden Lieber. I don't know why that ever changed. I'm not sure. But he did a great job. Especially given how young he was. He plays that character because his character has to be a bit more like grown up to help his mom out. He pulls that off very well, and he had some pretty funny lines, pretty great moments of dialogue. But yeah, he really surprised me, and I haven't seen him in much else. I saw him in Saint Vincent. He also did, which also had Naomi Watts. Sorry, I'm fidgeting a bit, but like, yeah, he's really good. Jacob Tremblay as Peter, the brother. He does a good job too. He's a very cute kid, and he has some really good emotional moments. So it was really nice to see that. Sarah Silverman as Sheila, who's Susan's friend. She does good here. She's funny, actually. For once in Sarah Silverman's life, she's funny. Maddie Ziegler is Christina. She's good. She doesn't say a lot, but it works with what happens with her character. I'm not going to give away any spoilers. I'm giving no spoilers on this review. I'm mostly just giving thoughts on how it did as a drama or whatever. Lee Pace, he's not in the movie that much. He's fine. And Dean Norris does a good job. But yeah, this film, it's one of those that you'll think you'll know what it's going for, and then like halfway through it like takes a big, a big change in its motivations, in its story, and I think this film did that very, very well. It was a PG-13 movie. Again, does not pull any punches. Do not go in expecting like a movie for like little kids or anything. It's not that I think this should have been rated R, because I think it would have gone too far if it was rated R. But here it did what it needed to with the story, and it really worked to be emotional and thrilling, suspenseful. That's not saying too much, but I'm trying my best, because this is one of those films that I really want people to go in blind. Other than hearing what I say about it, like how I felt after watching it, I'm not going to give any spoilers for the film, because I do think this is a film that you need to go into. It's on Netflix right now. Do not watch the trailer. Don't watch any material about it. Just watch it on Netflix, and I think you'll be amazed at the places this film goes, and how well it does those things. Now, there are many people on Letterboxd who hate this film. There are many people on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a 22%. That does not matter to me, because Rotten Tomatoes gets to choose what reviews make it onto their site. So they can easily choose all negative reviews, so the film has a 0. So I don't want to hear any other critics online talking about, oh, I knew the movie was going to be bad because Rotten Tomatoes said so. It doesn't matter what Rotten Tomatoes says, because they can choose whatever they want to do. If they want a film to be like, in the trailer, be like, oh, it's certified fit on Rotten Tomatoes, they can pick some random person who didn't actually watch the movie, or they can fake a review. They can buy a review, which does happen. But like, still, it's just ridiculous to immediately go to Rotten Tomatoes for that. But this film, a lot of people have really weird issues with it. They don't like they don't like what this film stands for. And if you've seen the film, you know what I mean. They don't like what the lesson is in the film, the lessons are. They don't like what it's about, and they think it's creepy or something. I don't know. I really don't understand a lot of people's issues with it. Um, I just really think they don't understand what the film was going for at all. Um, I think part of the issue is the way that Henry's character is written to be kind of like a smartass or be like always academic all the time. He's smarter than all the other kids in the classes. Um, but they love when a film like, oh, what was it? I can't remember the name of it. Well, like one of the films that was in the trailers before the film started, The Theory of Everything. That movie's kind of that. Kind of about Stephen Hawking and how he's like got the mind of a child, but he's also really smart or whatever. It's kind of like that. But there are films similar to this that people have been like, "Oh, it's fantastic. Oh, it's perfectly great. Oh my gosh." We need to talk about Kevin's a good example. There you go in the related films. We need to talk about Kevin. He's a very like charismatic person on the outside, but then only with his mom is he like very resentful and very destructive and violent. But yeah, like kind of like that. People love that movie. They love it, even though Ezra Miller's a fucking rapist and he's still getting his own Flash movie for some reason. That's okay to release a movie with a rapist, but not a fucking the Batgirl movie that was finished. It's apparently unreleasable. But anyways, like that film gets perfectly good reviews, but this one doesn't. What is so bad about this film? I want someone in the comments like that saw the movie and even thought that it was just okay. I want to know why you think it's just okay. Not that I'm saying your opinion isn't valid, but most of these people on Letterboxd are just saying like they're being jokey about their opinion, but if you're joking about your opinion, then you shouldn't rate it low. Or like make a joke and then give it a half a star out of 5, because that really fucks up the ratings and doesn't really show how you actually felt about the movie. So I think that's kind of irresponsible of people. But yeah, let me get to the pros and cons. Pros, the acting is great. For the most part, it's just great acting all around. The direction from Colin Trevorrow is very stunning. He seems like a great up and coming. He seems like a great filmmaker. I have not seen Safety Not Guaranteed or the Jurassic World movies. I really don't want to see the Jurassic World movies, especially given how bad I've heard Dominion is. I've heard it's very bad. And I wasn't even the biggest fan of the first Jurassic Park, so I'm not even sure I'd be into it. But the composer Michael Giacchino, I've never heard of him. I liked his score. I thought it was very nice and tense, nice and atmospheric during the scenes that needed to be. The film looks very nice. The cinematography from John Schwartzman. Apparently he's the cinematographer on Jurassic World. Very nice looking movie this is. The pacing is very well done. And I think it really I think it really helps the story move along at a it's just very well paced. And God, it's going to be so hard to think of cons about this movie. If I were to have any cons, excuse me, that was gross. Whatever. Glenn Sickelman, I wish his character was a bit more developed. But maybe they couldn't get Dean Norris for super long. This was a 10 million budget movie, which might sound like a lot. It's not really that much. I mean, I don't know what everybody got paid, but yeah. This film, it's so hard to think of bad things to say about it because I just fell in love with it. Like, even the first half, I was like, okay, this is a good drama, sure. And the places it goes in the second half, it's just like, not really ridiculous. It makes sense where it goes in the second half. I just wasn't expecting it. I really like that they go the direction they do in the second half. That's not really a spoiler. It's more so just be ready for kind of a crazy movie. If you're expecting just like a family drama, it is that. But the reason people are saying that this is an original movie and why Colin Trevorrow, the director, is saying it's an original movie is because it really is. It is pretty fucking crazy at many points. And yeah, I hope to God he makes another fantastic movie like this. I mean, hopefully he'll bring Naomi Watts back too. Always loved her. But yeah, this is just one of those movies. I found it. If you need help finding it, it is on Netflix currently. I don't know how long it'll be on Netflix. I don't know when they added it, but I got my Blu-ray from Dollar General in Clinton, I think. So maybe check it out. Check out your Dollar General. It was $4, which I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome. And I heard that it was very divisive. Like, a lot of people hated it, but then the people who loved it really loved it. But yeah, this is the type of film that Hollywood needs to make. Not like the film, but like original films that make sense, have a nice flow to them, great acting. Phenomenal from Naomi Watts. Like, she has some fantastic acting moments. And I like seeing her play this type of character. And I relish in seeing her like feel like a true person, unlike so many people in Hollywood that come off like, like they're faking it, like they're acting. When she does it, it feels so genuine, and I just love it. I love watching Naomi Watts act. But yeah, just if you see it anywhere, even for like $10, I'd easily pay $10 for this. But like, great movie, not a lot of special features, but still very just a fantastic film, fantastic. But yeah, that's about it for my review today. Hope everybody comments down below if they like the review, like it, subscribe, hit the bell, help me grow in my views and all that. And Movie Reviewer Next Door, out.